And welcome back to Who Would Win. As I said, because I didn't get to the one last week, I'm going to do one per day. In fact, I'm going to record two today, just so I can put it up tomorrow, and I'll record the third one for tomorrow so I can put it up on Wednesday before I go to work. Now, this first one today actually comes from someone who's been a recent viewer for the last couple of months of mine. He oftentimes comments, gives me Who Would Win suggestions. Brandon Whiteman. Thank you, by the way, Brandon, for letting me know how to actually pronounce your name. And he asked the question. Well, actually, he didn't technically suggest. I confirmed it was a Who Would Win request, which is why I'm doing it. Could Black Bolt beat Goku? That's actually how he phrased it. Now, obviously, I'll treat it as a Who Would Win. I will say this right now, though. The answer is yes, he could. Now, who's going to win the majority? Let's get into that right now. So, I'm actually going to start with Black Bolt because I've done Goku already once. And I can talk about Goku in my sleep. It's that easy to talk about Goku. So let's talk about the guy who I haven't done a Who Would Win on yet. Black Bolt is an Inhuman. Now, that means he's originally human, but due to alien mist called Terrigen Mist, he was developed a special ability. Most Inhumans are physically superior to normal individuals. In his average state, he can lift about a couple tons. They also have at least twice the normal lifespan as a normal human. Black Bolt's main ability, though, and you know what? I'm actually going to get that page up right now so I know how to properly pronounce this. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it is called Ambient Energy Manipulation. Most people who know Black Bolt know his ability as his voice. He's got his sonic scream. He's the ability to destroy cities with just a whisper. However, that's not exactly what his power is. His actual power, his actual power is ambient particle and electron harnessing. Essentially, he's able to harness ambient particles and electrons in ways that allow him to do many, many things. His primary ability, though, his most devastating offensive ability, is the fact that his speech center of his brain contains a unique organic mechanism that generates unknown particles that interact with electrons he absorbs to create certain phenomena. In this case, his quasi-sonic scream is his trademark claim to fame. Now, even if he just whispered like that, he could destroy a city. If he screamed, he could destroy a planet, which, go back to my Thanos, one of the Thanos fights I did. That's why Thanos is it's so impressive how strong Thanos is, because he withstood 3 point-blank full-power blasts from Black Bolt directed on him with only a nosebleed. But no, his voice is strong enough to either, to reactivate dormant volcanoes, to shatter whole continents, or shake continents apart, destroy cities, with just a minor effort. Or if he wanted to, shout enough power generated to destroy a planet. Because he's had to do such mental training to basically communicate without actual verbalization, without actual sound, without anything. Because that he has pretty much an indomitable will in many respects. He's got severely strong telepathic abilities in the sense that he's got telepathic resistance, which would not factor into this fight, but still. And he can communicate with his wife psychically as well. But his abilities don't just are not just limited to his voice. He's also got particle electron manipulation, which allows him to create things like concussive force blast, absorb and redirect vast quantities of energy. He can even put an active force field up by waving his hands. He can do matter manipulation and energy manipulation to some effects. The varying effects is not fully known, but they are quite impressive to the effects given. His base strength is roughly in the couple ton area, but using energy, he can manipulate. He can enhance his energy well beyond that to the 75 to 100 ton range. He's also capable of anti-gravitational flight, capable of flying at hypersonic speeds for at least 10 hours, and I'm reading this all off here. Now, this is stuff I more or less knew, but to get the clarification on here is very helpful. Now, he's durability-wise, he's peak human in terms of his stamina, but durability-wise, he has survived blows with some of the Marvel's strongest heavy hitters, like Hulk, Namor, Galactus, Thanos. Though he can withstand incredible temperature too, but he's still capable of getting the crap kicked out of him. Let's not mince words about it. He is still Here's the thing about Inhumans, and it's a weird thing to say. Inhumans, unless you are an alien, like a non-human walking through the Territory Mists, if you're a human and you became an Inhuman, by all accounts, you're still technically humans. The same way that mutants are still technically humans, though you can have non-human mutants. Like, I believe Thanos actually is a mutant. And Namor is actually a mutant. So the mutant gene, the X gene, does exist outside of humanity. But if you're a human and you have the X gene, you're still technically human. You're just a mutant. Same with the Inhumans. By all accounts, they're still technically humans. But they're called Inhumans for a reason. They're beyond human, I guess you could say. He's also a master combatant, master in hand-to-hand combat. He's capable of stressing weak points, looking for weak points, and finding them out. But he's still, limited. He still has limits to his abilities. Like, he can only enhance his strength so far. He can only take so much of a beating. So, I mean, he is a force to be reckoned with. Absolutely. Goku is a Saiyan. He is a Super Saiyan. He is a master martial artist. He's capable of moving faster than the speed technically, he can move well beyond the perception of most normal humans, and even well beyond the perception of high-level opponents when he's in his upper states like Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan Blue, Super Saiyan God. I mean, we've seen him, even without using his instant transmission, which lets him pretty much instantly teleport from place to place, which he needs to focus on to do so. Even when doing that, even without that, he can still move faster than a lot of his opponents can perceive half the time. Fast enough they can create an afterimage. Fast enough that they can't follow his movements. Strength-wise, it's tough to really know where his physical strength lies these days. If I were to give a benchmark, I mean, during training for the Buu arc, he could lift just about 40 tons in his base form. He's clearly stronger than that now, especially when he's absorbed some God essence into his base. By the way, being able to go into God, which is probably a stronger God form than when he did against Beerus the first time they fought, kind of disproves that his base form is as strong as his God form now. It kind of disproves that whole theory. It doesn't say his base form isn't drastically stronger, but yeah. I guess the best way to figure out where his strength will lie now is when he was doing that training on King Kai's planet, how much weight he was pulling in his base form. I don't know for certain how much he was pulling. If I were to guess, I could say he could probably do 100 tons just in base form these days. But that's just theorizing. And then if you scale it up, times that by 50, that's 500 tons. 5 million tons, sorry. Then, scale up again, Super Saiyan 2, that would be that'd be 10 million tons. Super Saiyan 4 would be 40 million tons. But after that, I mean, he can't go Super Saiyan 4. We're not going to use Super Saiyan 4. We're not going to use Super Saiyan 4 Goku because more than likely, or from everything we can tell, Super Saiyan gods are just stronger. Those are just stronger forms of Super Saiyan 4. Yeah, after you get into that, you got to go into like real cosmic divinity level scaling, and that's really hard to do. Let's put it this way: Goku is physically strong enough to go even with Beerus probably only using like 1 or 2% of his power, which he more likely was. Given the scaling of everything, he was able to take on a being who, when their powers clash, was ripping holes in the universe, not the galaxy, the universe. So it's really difficult to tell on physical strength, but that's when he's using those forms. Durability-wise, again, he can. It's really hard to kind of say what his durability is because he can withstand the blow of a universal destroyer, even though he's holding back immensely. At the same time, he takes an energy blast because he's not focusing on the energy blast. Or something. I think it's because he wasn't focusing and he didn't see it coming. But yeah, he's durable enough to tank like universal, planetary, if not galactic level attacks at his strongest. Let's be clear, at his strongest. Of course, energy blasts, just normal ki blasts. He can use the solar flare. He can use the destructo disc. This famous Kamehameha wave. Then you go into, his Super Saiyan forms. They all are superior enhancements of the other. Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue are the strongest forms we've seen to date, though we know that what people are calling the Limit Breaker Goku will be showing up soon. And I'll admit, when I saw that form, I was a little, but, I'm kind of warming up to it. I'm like, it does have a kind of really, like, I am going to fuck your shit up look to him. Because Goku don't look like he's messing around in that photo. But, at highest, he's Super Saiyan Blue, which, percentage-wise of Beerus, it can't be more than maybe like 5% currently with Goku. Because if you factor Kaioken times 10 on there, that'd be about 50% of Beerus's power. And Beerus said he could still easily take on Goku if he had to, but he'd have to jack it up. Obviously. So basically, when he used it against Hit, I'd estimate he's probably no more than 3 or 4% of Beerus' strength. These days, he's probably within the 5 to 6% range, maybe even 7. But again, he's still not strong enough to actually truly beat Beerus. So, yeah. So overall, who's going to win this fight? Well, it all depends on how seriously Black Bolt wants to take this fight. Because Goku, in base form, Goku would easily give Black Bolt a good fight, a good solid fight. But at the same time, Black Bolt is got enough combat experience, enough physical ability, and enough actual overall ability to even out the playing field, at least with a base form to a couple levels of Super Saiyan form Goku. So let's say Goku is like, "Hi, I'm Goku. I want to fight you." Black Bolt's just like, so, and then the Goku comes in, and Goku I think wouldn't get the initial hit. He would definitely get that hit, and just boom, and Black Bolt would be definitely surprised with this. One, first off, Goku's holding back obviously because he wants to test his opponent out. But it's going to be enough to shake Black Bolt seriously. Just boom. So now he's, now they're going into a fisticuffs fight. Both these guys can fly and move pretty fast. Both these guys are also insanely strong. Black Bolt would obviously have been enhancing himself because he can tell Goku's not someone he can hold back against, at least not significantly. So it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be a solid fisticuffs fight for a little bit. Goku's maybe going to fire some energy blast off. Black Bolt will absorb it, fire it back. Goku's maybe going to avoid it. Black Bolt will get a solid hit in. Maybe just do him, and he's going to. Black Bolt is going to restrain himself from using his voice as much as he can. He doesn't want to use that as much as unless he significantly feels the opponent is a threat. So Goku's going to be like, all right, that's more like it, and then comes into hit Black Bolt. Black Bolt puts up a force field. Goku can't break the force field. And he's like, let's try this. Kamehameha. And then, Black Bolt can just absorb the energy. The energy absorption is the big thing in this fight. Now that being said, there's a limit to how much he can do. If he's overwhelmed, he could easily be overwhelmed by the amount of energy being brought onto him. But for right now, it's not anything he can't handle. He fires back an energy blast. Goku is about to get blasted, but he immediately blocks it and throws it by going into Super Saiyan. He can clearly see Black Bolt's not someone to mess with, and now he figures in. Now I can actually go a bit. I can crank it up a notch. I imagine he'd go to Super Saiyan 2. Because against Zamasu, he was in Super Saiyan 2. If you actually look at that fight, you can tell he's in Super Saiyan 2. Now he's overwhelming. Now he's physically speaking, and speed-wise, he would be overwhelming Black Bolt at this point. Because everything just goes up. That's a 100% increase. Pretty much everything has been doubled. Actually, no, everything hasn't been doubled. What am I talking about? That is times 100 his base. So now Black Bolt's like, this guy is extremely strong. He's like, okay, I'm going to have to go minimum on my voice. Which I think even the most minimum would still be like trash have to say. So Goku's about to say, all right, this is over. And then yeah, if you heard me go, and then boom, Goku gets blasted the fuck back. He's like, what? And his ears are ringing. Just, what the hell was that? It's like this guy's voice. And then Black Bolt does it again. This time Goku's at least able to get out of the way. Just, whoa. And he's like, gee. Goku's like, oh my, Kami God. Just, whoa. And again, Black Bolt's just going minimum on this. At bare minimum, a city blasting attack would be enough to seriously, if it were Goku in base form, I think it'd be enough to knock him out. Where at this point in the fight, Goku would be, at least in one of his upper states. Goku's like, holy crap! It's like and now Goku's like, I'm getting a sentence. That can't be all you got. Let's go even further. Yeah. Then suddenly goes into Super Saiyan 3. Black Bolt raises up just a little bit to city to continental destruction, and they clash. Maybe a Kamehameha or maybe a punch, and Goku is again thrown back. Again, Black Bolt's really holding back still, and Goku is getting thrashed around a lot. Goku realizes, I'm gonna call it a compassion line. Guess I can fight with no restraints at all. But not quite that. So it just goes full on Super Saiyan. I think you go straight to Super Saiyan Blue at this point. Boom, they get that awesome divinity music, and even Black Bolt. I imagine Black Bolt, because he's got energy manipulation and can sense energy to a certain degree, could feel the divine key in some way. Just like, whoa, okay. It's like, now let's give it a real go, and then, or I don't know. No holding back, Black Bolt or whatever. If he's no holding out back there, buddy. I don't know if he could find out Black Bolt's name. Maybe Black Bolt will communicate with him at some point, and because telepathy, because Goku does that with like King Kai all the time. So maybe it's my name is Black Bolt. It's like, I'm Son Goku, and then they go in, but Goku. Here's the thing about Goku. We have no idea how he would fare against someone who actually has legitimate telepathic abilities, like mental abilities, because we've seen like other characters like Piccolo, Vegeta, Deborah, all these characters be controlled by other individuals before. We've never seen that with Goku. Goku's also a highly disciplined martial artist. So, and with that comes a lot of meditation, a lot of self-reflection, a lot of inner knowledge of yourself and how to block these things and how to control your mind and emotions. I think Goku would actually have a lot of strong mental block. Now, that's saying going up against someone like maybe Xavier would put him over the edge, but going up against someone like Black Bolt, who is telepathically inclined, but not a master telepath or telekinetic or anything like that. Yeah, that wouldn't do anything against Goku. So now it's Super Saiyan Blue clashing with Super Saiyan, or clashing with Black Bolt, cranking up again. Now the question becomes, if Black Bolt goes all out, I think they would both agree to end this pretty much with one final blow. And Goku goes Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken times 10. Is Super Saiyan Goku Kaioken times 10 enough to take on planetary destruction level voice from Black Bolt? And the answer is yes. Yes, because while we know his voice is planetary in this level, and Goku in the past did not have planetary level durability, as far as we know, Goku, Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue Goku have above planetary durability, as long as they're focusing on it. Like, again, Frieza's henchman got a lucky shot in the Resurrection F arc. Goku wasn't paying attention at all. But I would imagine, because Beerus has well beyond planet level durability, and he can go toe to toe with Beerus. No, I can't beat Beerus, but he can go toe to toe with Beerus, going full out right now. So the question comes down to durability versus the amount of damage someone can take, or dish out, I suppose. And Goku can honestly dish out more. Now, let's be clear. Goku can't actually destroy a universe. It's not like he can do a Hakai and destroy the universe if he used all his power. Kind of like Beerus theoretically can. But his power, when his power irradiates and is unleashed, it is capable of affecting the universe. It is capable of affecting at least the galaxy or solar system. Whereas Black Bolt is strictly limited to a planetary base, from what we can tell. So, again, the clash comes Kaioken times 10 Kamehameha versus full power Black Bolt Blast. And I think Black Bolt's full power blast is eventually overpowered. And he basically just, whoa, boom, but he's not dead. I don't think he's dead. His durability is strong enough that you think he's knocked out cold. So, yeah, I think Goku wins it. But the question that was actually asked by Brandon was, could Black Bolt beat Goku? Absolutely. If he decides to go strong enough with his voice early enough in the fight, I think he knocks out Goku, maybe even kills Goku. If he were to go full planetary on Goku with his voice, full power, like when he's only in Super Saiyan 1 or 2, I think he could actually kill Goku in that regard. But and this is a big but, it's unlikely that he would, because Black Bolt shows a great deal of restraint by how much power he uses his voice. Only gets the most serious of threats does he ever go full hog on his voice. But that's my opinion. I think Goku takes this about 80% of the time, just because of the nature of how Black Bolt views his power and everything like that, and how he uses his power. But I could be wrong, absolutely. If you think differently, that's cool. Comment down below. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who wins? Let me know. Ideas for Star Wars, superhero, magic, what ifs? Let me know as well. I'll be back in a little while with another video, recording that for tomorrow. Thanks for watching. I'll see you folks next time. Later.